Hello everybody and welcome. Today we have a Speedbuild pre-build for the For Rent pack that is coming out soon. As you can see here, we already have the shell for this build, so this is the exterior, and it is a modern apartment with 6 apartments in there. And this is actually something that I already built for a James Turner build challenge. It was originally a duplex and now I've turned it into 6 apartments. So today we are going to be building apartment numero 1. So each of the apartments are actually quite a different shape, and they have different characters or different sims that will be going into them with, and there's going to be quite different vibes for each of the apartments. So I'm quite excited to show you guys all the different things that I've done and how this has all come together. It's quite cool. And in the middle there is sort of like a lobby and a laundry, and so that's all be done already, so it's all ready to go. And yeah, hopefully it'll all work out nicely once the For Rent pack comes out and we can have our multi-dwelling units. It'll be exciting. So as you can see here, I'm just getting the kitchen together. I've used, what have I used? So I've used the Home Chef Hustle oven and hood and fridge. That is the cool kitchen counters on top. I'm not sure which counters I've used down the bottom. That's not Home Chef Hustle. Kind of looks like Spa Day or maybe the Island Living ones. I'm not really sure. But the vibe for this particular build is going to be for two guys. They're a couple and they have moved in here. One is going to university and the second is in the tech career. So they are modern guys and they do like their technology, and they're busy and have a bit of a social life as well. The colour theme that I'm going for with this particular apartment is going to be quite, I don't know, cozy, sort of warm feeling, with rich sort of dark chocolates mixed with white. So, sort of adding that brightness to it as well. So I feel like that's quite a modern combination. And I think that should suit the guys quite nicely. So just coming up with a bit of decoration for the wall. I didn't put a budget or anything on this. I don't think they needed budgets on the apartments. They're going to be renting them out. So I don't think that's going to be necessary. That's going to be interesting, actually, not having budgets anymore for builds and stuff if you're going to be using them as rental units. That's interesting. Anyway, moving on. So I've finished the kitchen. We've got our dining area. So what I did is I put the like 4 square tables together to make a big square table. I would love to have like a big square dining table rather than a rectangular table in Sims 4. That would just be so wonderful. I would love that. So I've got the tiny home stuff pack. TV and bookshelves there, and I'm just putting in some little bits and pieces of clutter from the Everyday Clutter Kit. This will not be a limited pack build, any of them in this particular little series that we're doing with the 6 apartments. I'll be using all the packs in these. So sorry if you don't have some at this point, but you can always replace the items with something else. Hopefully there's something that would be comparable if you would like to download this. So I'm just working on the floor colors at this stage, and I'm just adding it into the other apartments so you get a little sneaky peek at what the other little apartments are like. So on the bottom floor, you've got 2 apartments. On the second floor there's 2 apartments. Third and fourth floor are single apartments. So they're quite large apartments, but yeah, the bottom 2 apartments will be both 1-bedroom apartments. I haven't got to the top, the next 2 up there, but they're probably going to be the same. And then yeah, the top floors will be a little bit different. So the guys, just doing the My First Pet stuff pack blinds. By the way, that is free at the moment. I'm not too sure whether or not this will still be free when this goes up on the channel, but good chance of it. So if you haven't actually downloaded that already from the EA app or wherever, yeah, go get it, because there's actually some cute little stuff on there. I actually just did a short last night, just going through some of the little bits and pieces from that stuff pack that I actually like and use. There's some really nice kids stuff in there and some useful sort of living room stuff too, and I mean, it's free, so free stuff, you may as well get it. So I think this lounge and living, dining, sort of kitchen area is coming together really nicely. So I think I wanted to do like pattern rugs just to add like a cozy kind of feel to the living area, and just to soften the woods a little bit. So now moving on to the bathroom. Just moving the windows so that I can get a shower in the corner there without, you know, messing with our lovely windows. So, I mean, this is fairly basic. You know, it's a small bathroom, so I couldn't do lots and lots with it, but I did put some little bits of clutter in here, and that's just your bathroom scrubby brush and your toilet paper and a nice little plant in there. And I couldn't put a mirror like above, so I just put the mirror to the side, and it's just the base game mirror. It's the vampire one. That's the only thing I can remember from the name, is like it's the vampire one. It's my favorite base game mirror, to be honest. I think it's a lovely mirror. It's like a really good height and a really good shape. So yeah, one of my fave mirrors. So just putting in a little rug that's from the Book Nook kit, actually, that rug. I tend to use it quite a lot. It's quite a nice neutral rug. Like, it's only got, I think, 4 swatches, but yeah, it's a really nice neutral rug. I wasn't like completely sold on these blinds that I was that I'd put in the kitchen, because the color, it just wasn't quite the same as the rest of the other chocolates that I was using. So I was fussing around with the blinds for a little bit, just trying to make up my mind if I wanted to keep them as is, and then I decided yes, I did. And then I used them in the bedroom as well. So this is the little central hub, I guess, of the house. So I went with blue and chocolate in the bedroom, so carrying on like the dark brown from the living area, and keeping the white walls. Now with this build, or these builds, I'm actually going to keep the walls as is, like the wallpaper and the floor, because it's kind of like the case of a lot of the time, you know, if you go into a rental place and that sort of thing, I don't know, it might be different elsewhere, but like here in New Zealand, you don't really change the walls or the floors. And if it's something that's been built in like apartment buildings, then it's all the same from one apartment to the next. And yeah, so I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep the wallpaper white and the flooring the same, and the wood throughout all of the builds, but it will be just the individualisticness of it all will be through the furnishings and the colours and that sort of thing, and how it's all sort of brought to life. So I was trying to add like a little bit of clutter in here, just to give it a little bit more of a lived-in feel, because I feel like they would spend like quite a lot of time around the computer, because A, you've got one of them as a uni student, and B, the other one is in the tech career. So having them using the computer all the time kind of made sense to me. As you can see there, I'm just doing like a makeshift bookshelf up above the desk, because I just wanted to have like books up on the wall, because I felt like that made sense for these guys as well. And you know, the floating bookshelf options in the game are pretty limited, so you know, when you're limited, you just make your own. I was trying to get these things up on the top here, and I just wasn't working. I was like, oh, never mind. Moving on, because there was something else. Oh yeah, it was the headphones I wanted to put on the desk, and I kind of wanted to have like the little note paper and the pen as well, but yeah, I couldn't fit it all quite on. That's okay. Now I'm just using the Dream Home Decorator bench and the Jungle Adventure potted plant, and oh, it's a Snowy Escape chair in the corner there with the sheepskin on it, or the rug on it, and just using the little posters from around the place. And that's the cats and dogs gorgeous artwork that I use all the time. I love those little bits of artwork. And I thought it just kind of like seemed appropriate for them to have like posters and stuff on and artwork on the wall, because they're still quite young, and that's the kind of thing I felt like would be good for them. So let's take a wee tour of what we did. So I'm really happy with how this came out. It is modern, it feels masculine, and yeah, I felt like that just really suited these young guys who would just not be so much into crafty stuff or all that sort of thing. They're more into techie, so they're just kind of like nerdy guys, and yeah. So, you know, not a lot of sporting equipment or anything like that as well. But they do have like a family orientated vibe to them too, because I've got the photos on the wall and stuff, and that sort of thing's important to them. And yeah, you can sort of see how it's all to come together there. I think the rugs soften the feel a little bit. And then into the bathroom here. And I've used, I think that's the MyFitness Stuff Pack shower there. And then going through to the bedroom, you can see it's all chocolate and blue, and the desk is I didn't want to put like an expensive computer there. I felt like that wouldn't be something they could afford, but you know, a cheap computer that they're going to do the best they can with. And yeah, that is our little masculine 1-bedroom apartment that will be going into our larger apartment building. And this is our little floor plan here. So bath, bed, dining, living, kitchen, ta-da! And there's the exterior. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you join me for the next apartment 2. I think that'll be up tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.